while ago I put up this thing you're seeing right here. This is an animated GIF. I put it up on a forum, and a few people thought it was cool, and some asked about the blend file. I thought, yeah, okay, I'll share the blend file. And then I realized I couldn't share the blend file just because it was a mess. Um, I tend to, figure things out as I go along. And the blend file had all kinds of nodes and settings and all sorts of things in it that had absolutely nothing to do with this image. A lot of extra stuff. So I'm going to show you very quickly how I did this. I'm going to give you the blend file that's nice and clean and only has the important things in it. Okay? Let's get started. This is the regular startup thing. There's nothing here now. Here's what I do. First thing you do is I'm going to use this cube. Well, first thing I'm going to do is go to the world and turn off this gray because I don't want that. Okay. I'm also going to change this to cycles because what I'm going to be doing is using cycles. So let's get to modifiers. Add a modifier. I'm going to put in a subdivision surface. And I'm going to crank it up to about 5. Actually, I know that I did have it at 5 in the original thing. I'm going to change this just because it makes things easier to work with. Now at this point I have this ball floating in space. Let's quick render that and see what I got. Yeah, that's good. Alright, now let me go to the camera. That's 0 for those of you who didn't know it. And then get in a little bit closer. I'm just lining this up because this is actually the file I'm making right now is going to be the blend file I actually gave you. Okay, so here's the concept. I don't really have to look through the camera to do this. Here's the concept. We have this. I'm going to add a displace modifier. Then if I click this right-hand little tab, see it says Show Textures in Texture tab. Now this texture is going to be the one that it uses for displacement. I'm going to pick clouds, and you get this weird looking thing. Then I'll just turn the depth down, get rid of some of that detail. And then I'm going to change this to, I do this by eye, so I'm going to show you that. If you grab here and just pull, you can do that. So I'm just looking for about that, which is what I actually used in the actual thing, is 1.25. And there it is. Okay, now we've got that basic shape. Doesn't quite look like the one that I had though, because I hit it hard there. And that's the exact shape I had because these are the exact settings I had. Now as for animating it, I come back to the modifier and see where it says texture coordinates local. I'm going to make it an object. So what I want to add here is a empty right there, and then come back to my thing, my object, and change this, not object, my cube, and change this to object, and then down here this appears, hit empty. Now that texture is linked to that empty. So if I choose the empty and move it around, watch the that outline there. Okay? So that moves. So then all I have to do to animate the shape of the object, Control Z to reset that. All I have to do to animate the shape of the object is move that empty around. So I'm going to add a curve, in this case a circle, Bezier circle, and then go to my empty and constrain my empty to follow the path. And the path it's going to follow is the circle I just made. Then I hit Animate Path. Now if we go into the path itself, you notice how the empty just jumped to the circle. Yeah, that's what it does. If I go to the path itself, you'll see down here that the frames of the path is 100 frames. I want this to loop evenly, so I can either change these frames to match how long my movie is, or I can change my movie to match how long the frames are. I'm going to change the movie. like that. Now if I hit Alt A, there it is. That's basically what you saw. Now there is a slight difference, but we're going to let this go. So now if I render this, you get this sort of shape writhing in space, but it doesn't look like that one looked. Okay, first thing I want to do is go to the lamp, and actually when I did this I was looking at it interactively, so let me do that. Go to cycles, change this to rendered, so now it's showing it to me as I go along, and now I can grab that lamp, use nodes on the lamp, and turn it up till it looks bright enough. Usually about 1,000 is where it ends up. Okay. Now you can see it has all these facets and stuff. You're not going to see those in a moment, because the next thing I'm going to do is change this to a node editor. Hit N to get rid of that silly thing over there. And this is showing me the lamp. I want to change to the cube. Now this is the cube. There's nothing here. So I hit Use Nodes, bam. Now it shows me this. Now if I change this, it changes the color, blah, blah, blah. We know that. But I don't need this. Instead, I'm going to add a scatter texture, plug it into volume, and disconnect this. And there it is. That's the smoke. That's pretty much it. The only other thing I did is I added another lamp, which I'm going to have to switch this off for the moment. Added another lamp. Point. And I'm going to pull that. Actually, well, that's fine. I'll just put it over here. And change that to red. And then get this back. And that's basically it right there. The only other thing is I parented the lamp to the empty so that the lamp would move through the cloud as it went. So I'm going to finish up this blend file, make it look all nice and pretty, and then it'll be in a link below this video. I'm not quite sure how to link it. Probably the way it'll work is the link will take you to my website and directly to the page where this is, and you can just click it and grab it from there. So the end result is you'll have this to play with and enjoy.